Hi, this is Durgesh. As part of Learn OpenCv final project, I have created a project image clustering for image clustering. So the problem statement over here is that suppose you have a group of photos and you want to segregate all the images based on the particular person. Like you want to segregate the images which only have you as a person or your family, few people from your family like your wife or your kids, and like that. And also consider where you have photos of yours of from of as a digital collection from last 10 years, and you want to segregate your images and you want to see those images only of yours from those 10 years as a mm, so how you can do that. So I have used dlib cnn module to do that, which is also shown in the one of the course lesson how to do that. I have used that trick over there to segregate the images of a person once the system is trained with one or two images of that person. So so the project I have built, it is having two parts, two options. One is that you give a folder which is having all your images, and once you run the system, it will segregate all the images based on the faces in each image and create a particular folder or individual folder for that image. So if suppose your that image is having five faces, then it get copied into the five different folders. And in the next image, if it is figure out there is a one face from the previous five faces, so it will copy that particular image into that specific folder only. And in the second option, given the user can input all images folder and another second folder which is having a particular images. Suppose for himself, he keep images, or he keep a image of one or two of his own over there, and ask the system to learn that this is my face. So based on that, the system will be segregate all his images from the all images folder. Let's see how the system in action. It is a command line project, and I have created that and given the option as a input for giving the path of the images. So I have created the big bucket repository for this project, and also provided a readme over there where you can see how you can configure this project for the Xcode. This is the Xcode project. So it required a few settings to be done before running the project, and it is quite easy, and I have given the links if you have any issue while setting up the project. So here we can see that we have two options. One is, as a user, you want to segregate all your images based on faces, and another one is that if you want to segregate your image all image folder based on the one or two images in another in different folders. Let's see the system in action with the option 1. So now you have to give the path for all images folder. So the drag and drop things is not right now working, so we need to copy and paste or type the path. So I am copy paste the path. So once the system run, it will segregate the images and created the folders like A, B, C, D, E, F, G up to Z, and then B, A, B, 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 C, like that, for based on the number of faces over there present. So here is my uh, face folder. Here you can see I have taken the images from our course of Vikas Kostub and Webo as a sample example, and they are it is like 8 images. So you can see that it is having 8 images of above Kostub and like that. So once we run the system, it will start, once it start learning the images, it will show the result in result folder, in the face folder itself. So it should be, so here you can see there is a result folder and it is having a descriptor file, and start making the progress. Now it's created the folder A over here. Now I start copying the face for Kosovo over here. It's supposed to copy eight images. So I have reduced the size of the images which is suggested by Satya to make the system fast, because if we provide a large size images over there, so it will take a lot of time by the system to uh, learn the face detector for that image. So I have reduced the size and keep the size to 576. So because I decrease the size of the images, so it reduce the uh, it will skip few of images, one or two from the overall images. So you can see that over here we have Webo and one of his friend over there in the image, so it has copied that over here also. You can see there is it is in two folder, one is in Webo folder, another one is in a different folder. So the first option is working fine, I can see. So we can run the system again, so we can test our second option. So we will first give the path for all images folder, and we'll ask for the path for our second folder. So we will again copy paste it. So over here it will go to the my folder, and you can see we have Kostub, Webo and Vikas images over there, and I have kept over just one image, and over here I have kept 4 images where Weba is having different look and he is having some friends with him, and Vikas single image. So system can learn just by keeping one image, and it will look into the, so it will read the images from all faces folder. So while starting the second option, I did a mistake that I have not deleted the result folder from the folder, because we are using the same folder for both the option. We need to first delete the result folder from the face folder. Uh, this is the kind of limitation, just because we are giving the same path for both the option. So I need to restart the system, and yeah. So now you can see in our my face folder, you can see the result option over there, and it is having the descriptor file, and which is storing the information, and it started getting the folder over here uh, based on the photos. It will store the photo in the name with the same name which is having over there. We have kept the images just like Kostu, Webo and Vikas, so it will create the folders Kostu, Webo and Vikas over here. So it has copied all the images for Kostu. It is, the system detected all the images correctly. Same it applies to Webo. So you can see it started copying the images, and learn that even in with the images which is having multiple faces, it is able to detect the Webo face correctly. Now Vikas, So now we have seen that the system run successfully for both the option. The only thing we need to take care over here is that the size of the image. If we keep the size of the image very large, then the system will take a long time to process the images. In my testing, I have seen that with the I have given the images size of actual sizes, so it took almost 3 hours to process all the images with only 30 images. So I mailed this to Satya, and Satya suggested me to supposed to decrease the size of the image while giving it as a input to phase detector. Thank you. This is this is the system I have made.